In this video, I'm going to briefly introduce a couple more algorithms for doing page replacement, as well as a few optimization techniques. So the other techniques we have here are basically LFU and MFU. These are basically frequency-based. The other algorithms we talked about, right, for example, least recently used, is something in terms of time, right? So we looked in the past, what is the thing I haven't been used for a while? Here we're saying is that instead we're going to have a counter associated with each page and count up how many times this thing is accessed. So in the least frequently used algorithm, what we're basically saying is when you pick up a page to throw out the page it's been least frequently used, right? So the fewest number of times it's been accessed. For MFU, we're going to throw out the one that's been accessed the most amount of times. Maybe take 1 second to think why, well, let's start with MFU. Why would that be a good idea? MFU maybe makes sense just from the perspective of if I've used the page a whole bunch of times, probably I'm done with it, right? I've kind of burnt myself out, I've done all the computation there, I can leave it alone. So that would be one idea. What about for LFU? Why would LFU be a good idea? So LFU might be a fair idea simply because we can say, you know what, if I haven't used it all that much, it's probably not very important. So we can throw that away. Obviously, right, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on these two algorithms. I mean, you should maybe try to run them on paper yourself. But the reason why we're not spending a lot of time on them is because they're obviously basically, well, they're not optimal, right? Because there are kind of use cases and you can think to yourself, right? There are kind of programs, right, that maybe use the same data over and over and over again, right? Well, then in that case, MFU is going to hurt them, right? Or there's an algorithm that maybe touches data just once and then comes back to it after a long amount of time. That's going to get hurt by LFU. So there are kind of cases, right, that kind of mess with these, right, and make it so that, you know, it's not optimal, right? It takes you a lot more page faults than you actually should have, right, if you're using one of the other algorithms. So we won't discuss this, you know, too much. Now, in terms of kind of managing the pages, right, how can we optimize things a little bit? There are a few things we can do maybe to make things faster, right? Maybe we can manage our buffer a little bit better. One thing is that if I have a buffer of a fixed size, what I can think about doing is that when I have downtime, right, when I'm not writing things to the hard drive, right, I'm not having to page stuff out, go ahead and page it out anyways, right? So it doesn't hurt me, right, if I have spare time to go look at my buffer and copy all the pages from that buffer to my hard drive. Because what that means is later on, right, if I have to pick, you know, a victim, right, I need to cycle somebody out, well, they've already been moved to the hard drive, so I can just replace them, right? And I save myself that part of the paging operation. I don't need to do that swap out because it's already been saved during my downtime. I can just proceed straight into bringing in something new. So these two kind of go together. Another thing we kind of sometimes do, this is system specific, you don't really need to do it, is that sometimes when you save out all your pages, you can just go ahead and mark them as free, right? You can kind of mark them as free, you know, eagerly. Mark them as free, but don't override their contents, right? So the contents can be the same. That way, if I do need that page again, I just kind of unmark it as being, oh, you're not actually free, right? Because like what I can basically think of it, right, is if I have my pages in memory, right, they're either, you know, available or not available, and I can mark them as available, and even though they basically store the same information that they had, you know, when they were being used. And if I do that, and I also need that information again, well, I can just, you know, move it to being, you know, marked as used again, right? And I kind of recover the information that's already there. So there's a few things here I basically can do to be, you know, a little bit smart, right, about how I manage my buffer. I'm going to get, you know, kind of some better performance out of it. The last note here is that there's also this idea of raw access. And really what raw access is saying is that the OS has basically a way that it can be hands-off of managing some memory. So there's actually a way to do this. I don't really talk about it, but basically, right, if your program has some sort of special characteristics in like how it accesses memory, it can basically indicate to the operating system that it wants raw access. And for raw access, don't manage the pages, right? This is the program itself will take care of all the memory management, right? Don't do any sort of paging there, right? It'll take care of it because it has some sort of a pattern that may mess something up, right? So the OS needs to stay away from it. So yeah, that about does it. So that brings us kind of to the end of this section. Hopefully you have now some ideas of the different ways you can do page replacement inside of an operating system.